Nicole
I'm
was like
like,
mid-sentence and then she's like, wait, I'm going to wait until the
I
recording
am. I'll wait for
starts.
I feel like a news reporter right now because I'm actually, normally I like lounge back and my
Yeah, she
feet are
leans
up,
back. I'm
but
leaned back.
I just felt like maybe it was time to just be committed to the bit a little bit. So I have like
Okay.
a pillow behind me. I'm like
Oh,
man spreaded
wow.
right now. And I'm like looking at camera and I'm ready to do like my anchor welcome.
She's like, I'm ready for my close up.
I'm ready. Like, good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm in the weirdest mood. So strap in if you're going to listen to this episode because like I might become intolerable.
All of our listeners just
Our
abort.
listenership goes like 10 seconds in. How are ya? How are you guys? Welcome back to It's Cool Us Too, the podcast where we talk about all about, oh my God, I had a stroke again.
We talk about
The podcast where we talk all about being a woman in your 30s and just how to make the most of it? Question mark?
things we wish we'd known when we were
Yes,
younger.
advice. Yes. How are you? What's going on? What's good?
What's good? I'm good. Yeah, I had a really nice, like, slow Monday. I was actually talking to my friend Kyle about this, and he's like, he's a teacher, so he doesn't have slow Mondays, obviously. But he's like, I really do think it would make sense for us to, as a society, just lean into like Monday is the day where you get your shit together. So it shouldn't be Sunday scaries, because it's like Monday, this is when everyone ramps up for the week. Whereas I think right now there's an expectation like you're ramped on Monday morning. You
Like
are
you
ready to
come in and
roll.
you're ready to go.
And that's why it's so nerve-wracking.
Mm.
But I think allowing yourself to work from home, like I did work all day, but it was like I didn't have a ton of meetings. I got to get some stuff done. I created my to-do list for the week. It just felt very like civilized in a way that often my Mondays do not feel civilized. So it was nice.
So that was not my Monday.
Yeah, that wasn't your experience. We're bringing very different vibes to the
I
episode.
literally, Megan joined and I was chugging a Corona. It's been, and I don't have a drinking problem. Like I haven't had much drink actually all weekend.
Coley, I
So
don't think that anyone
it just feels like aggressive to be like chugging a Corona. It feels like
yeah,
that's a
but
sipping
if
drink.
you really had a serious drinking problem, I don't think Corona would be your first port of call. So we're good.
It wouldn't. Okay. Yeah, no. My day was not quiet and civilized. It's just been like nonstop. And I literally was on a phone call with one of my colleagues at 4:45. And I was like, I want to throw up. I'm like, I feel so overwhelmed. I want to puke right now.
Oh my
This
God, Cole.
is
That's really
just like
bad.
looking at on the list, which is growing. And I was like, I'm going to be sick. Okay.
That's
So
gonna
anyways, I
happen
came home
soon
and
for me. I can just feel
yeah,
that energy. It's like the fall energy of people being back at work. There's like the ramping up.
like how dare everyone?
Honestly,
I Yeah, but I did have I had a civilized weekend.
you did.
Yeah, I did a lot of like life admin yesterday. And I was just saying to Meg, summer's done. Like, we need to get our offices in order. And we are all chief of staffs of our own office, i.e., our lives. So I basically just started getting like dusting off the plans for Q4, getting organized, all that fun stuff.
So
So
sad to me that summer's gone, but
I know it, and it really is well and truly gone. I mean, you'll get a little bit of a blast of
oh my
heat
God, I thought you were
midday.
gonna try and say something nice.
No,
Actually, for my lunch today, I spent 20 minutes up on my on the top floor. You can
the
lay out.
roof.
They have the roof. They you can lay out. They have like the chairs to lay out, and I had lunch up there today. So it's still hot enough to sit outside and have your lunch.
It's totally. But let's be honest. We're not jumping into any bodies of water right now.
Well, speak for yourself.
Okay, you jump in a
No,
body of water and then talk to me.
no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. It is ending, and I also am doing the life admin. I did it more. I had less of a civilized weekend. I was mildly hungover both days, so kind of annoying. But I had the best rotting day yesterday where I just watched movies. I had a bath in the middle of the day. It was great. It was really nice.
I'm so mad you have a bath and I don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did a face mask. Like it was just like and I didn't like talk to anyone. It was one of those days where I think you called me actually,
I did.
and I just didn't pick up.
Yeah, well, I did call you in the morning. We did
Oh
talk.
yeah, we did talk.
And then I tried to call you in the afternoon and you were like, just protecting your energy.
I didn't want to
Respect.
talk to anyone.
I
Okay,
mean, am I
so
anyone?
no, you're not. I
So,
didn't see your call. I was in the bath, to be fair.
okay.
um, but no, it was just a really, really good day of doing nothing. And yes, last week I did start my admin around September. I've like got my dentist appointment. I'm
Mm,
doing a new intake for therapy because I need to find a new therapist. I got my hair cut. I booked a lymphatic. Like I'm doing the
you're
things, you
doing the
know?
things. I did
Yeah.
the same yesterday. Like I went through my benefits and was like, what do I have left here to spend for the rest of the year?
How's it
Um,
looking?
it's good. We got room. We have room in the budget.
Wonderful.
Um, but I recently started doing acupuncture and I am obsessed with this.
Why did you start doing it? Like, what is the reason for it?
So, long-time listeners of the pod would know my saga with being sick for like
Yeah.
2 years. And I haven't been sick since March. I started feeling like I could be getting sick 2 nights ago. Did the like neti pot, dry brushing, lots of sleep, and chicken soup. Feel right as rain today. Um, but that said, I've seen a lot of doctors in the last 2 years
Yeah.
and a naturopath. And my naturopath was the first one to say, you should look at uh, acupuncture for like nervous system regulation, stress, sleep,
Okay.
digestion, all of these hormones. It's highly recommended. Like when Brooke was on and she was talking about her IVF journey, she said she did
Yeah.
acupuncture because it's highly recommended when you're going through fertility treatments. I know Ashlyn, when she was on talking about fertility for women, she recommended it. But the real kind of sealed the deal for me was my family doctor. I have a new family doctor, and she was so sweet. She's like, listen, well, I will take you as far as I can with Western medicine to see how you're feeling, what's going on here. But she's like, you may have to look at alternative sources here to treat this if we can't get to the bottom of it through
Yeah.
normal means. And she's like, I highly recommend acupuncture. So I found this girl I follow on TikTok because not TikTok, Instagram, because that's where I find all of my reputable vendors. And I went in, and like after my first appointment, I have not slept that well in years. And I was just saying to Meg, so I've had 3 appointments now. I have another one in 2 days. And my one last week, I was telling her because I just got back from traveling and I was feeling really like bloated and icky and just like my tummy was having issues. And so she did a few for digestion. My tummy was rumbling the entire time. Within 30 minutes, we were right as rain. I don't know why I keep saying that, but like it works. So
Yeah, I'm
I
intrigued.
and I've recommended it to a few people that I know to go. And one of my friends went in and did it and just loved it. Like just absolutely loved it. So
Interesting. Yeah, I've
yeah.
never tried it. I've never tried it. Oh yeah, I went back to the chiropractor. That was unbelievable. I had a crack like I've never had before.
Sometimes I just feel like I was going to say something so inappropriate, but
What
like
were you
sometimes I
gonna
just,
say?
well, because I started thinking about this book that I'm reading right now.
Oh God.
But I,
Is the male character a chiropractor?
no, it's just like, anyways, but sometimes
What
I
kind
just
of
feel like I
sexy
need like
shit are
my
they?
back to be cracked, like, and just like set up, like,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
um,
We're
What
all just
I was
gonna have
gonna
to read between the lines on what Nicole is talking about right now. I honestly don't know, but I'm
also,
intrigued.
can I just say I have been so the newest book of from Elsie Silver just came out. I'm obsessed with her. I like gone through all of them this summer. That's been my there's like 3 series that I'm fully through. I got Jackie hooked on it. I've got someone else like I am just peddling this like anyone who will listen. I'm like read Elsie Silver. But she's a Canadian author, and all of her stories are based in either Alberta or BC,
Okay.
and uh, they're like they're just like very. I just like them. They're easy reads. There's one of them. One of the series is being turned into a TV show.
What is it, like fantasy? Is it
No,
like
no, it's
what
real
kind?
life. So like one series is basically a group of brothers and like some side characters. Each book is like a brother or like one of their friends, and they're like rancher family. So like one guy's a farmer and like a
Oh.
ranch hand. One guy's a bull
Are
rider.
they like really sexy?
Oh yeah, but
Okay.
they also don't.
Okay.
They here's my thing. I don't like sexy books that get sexy too quickly. I need to be built up a little bit.
Yeah, you need the foreplay.
Yeah. I don't know how we got onto this topic, but
Honestly,
anyways,
she's just happy to be here, everyone. You're
really
just
am.
your energy is contagious.
Thank you. Um, and maybe speaking about what we're going to speak about today, I will share a very embarrassing story of myself
Great.
um, from this past week. So, my sister, since becoming a mom, has been like, I get a lot of like safety videos from her or like health videos or something. And maybe it's not
Yeah.
even since becoming a mom. I don't know. Maybe it's from before.
Has she always been like this?
Maybe, maybe. But like last week or 2 weeks ago, she's like, I'm going to order myself a fire blanket. Do you want one? And I was like, sure, I guess. I'm like, I got, sure. She's like, great, comes in a pack of 2. So I
Is
go to
this
her
something that
house.
everyone should have? Like,
Just
should we?
wait.
Okay.
Just wait. Because like, because I didn't realize what a fire blanket was. What I thought it was.
I think I know what it is.
Okay. What do you think it is?
You use it to cover up a fire, like so that it extinguishes quickly.
Correct. Do you know what I thought it was? If a fire breaks out,
No, you
I
thought it
wrap
was a
myself in
blanket.
it.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
How big is it?
I don't know. It's in a container right now.
You're like, it's a bit small. It's a bit snug.
And I was like, if a fire breaks out, I'm supposed to like wrap myself in it to like leave, so I'm safe as I like exit the building. Like almost like those marathon blankets. Anyways,
Oh
that's
my
like a super
God.
embarrassing thing for myself,
This-
but it felt actually too good to not share.
This actually reminds me of I've definitely talked to you about this before. There's like this unbelievable clip of these podcast hosts talking about how you should use bar soap like in the shower. And there's this one person that I forget what it was, but this girl basically says, well, and obviously it's disgusting to share bar soap. And the other host goes, what do you mean? And she's like, well, the bar soap is like everywhere. Like it's like up your asshole. It's like da da da. And he's like, I'm sorry. How these people are like our age, Cole. And he's like, how have you been using bar soap? Like, how do you use it? And she's like, you take it and you put it all over your body. And he's like,
Nah, babe.
that's not how you use bar soap. Oh my God. But yeah, you did the same thing for
I did. Not
fire
ideal.
blanket.
Not ideal. Not my brightest moment. Also, can I just say,
Well, I guess you could call that an upgrade in life. I mean, your sister's upgrading. Clearly,
safety.
you don't know how to use
Investing in my safety.
it. Yeah.
That is an upgrade in life. Yeah, I think that we wanted to talk about today as we look into the fall and you know what's next. We're also nesting a little bit more. We're less out in the world and kind of coming back to reality. So what are the things that we feel is maybe worth it for us to spend money on, especially in this economy. You need to be mindful maybe where your money's going and be strategic of those investments, or with those investments. And in, you know, likely to where you were in your 20s to where you are now, especially if you're a, what do we call it? Single income,
Oh,
no kids,
sink.
a sink. Because there's also, yeah, anyways. Wow, my energy is going, me. Pay attention, Nicole. You likely maybe have a bit more disposable income than you did relative to where you were in your 20s. So
Yeah.
this is maybe our list. It's not comprehensive, but there are a few key things that we feel are maybe worth it for you to consider if you're kind of budgeting out for the rest of the year, what you feel like maybe you want to spend, or if you're looking into 26 being like, okay, I know I've got X amount that I want to spend on myself. Where should you put that money? Also, holidays are coming up. Your Christmas list need updating. Probably not a bad thing to maybe add some of these things to those
Yeah.
lists, if depending on the price range. So
I have a sort of rogue question for you.
well,
Do
I've
you
been
think,
okay.
well, actually, I don't know if it's that rogue because I think I kind of know how you're going to respond. But okay, do you think it's worth it to spend more on your skincare?
Okay, first of all, don't put me in a box and assume you know how I'm going to answer, but yes.
Yeah,
No.
I thought that's how you're going to answer.
So, no, I think there's certain things you spend money on. And I think there are probably certain things you could get away with
Not.
drugstore versions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And I
I
think
think,
skincare and makeup are different things too, right? Like you
I
might say
even
yes
think
to
there's some,
both,
I even think there's
but
some makeup, like my mascara, my eyebrow pencil. Um, I think there's a number of products that you can get through drugstore brands, which by the way are not even that cheap anymore. It's
no,
wild.
I know. No, they're not.
Um, that I would say you could probably swap out if you're looking to. I I've realized as I've gotten older from a skincare perspective, I used to be the person that would buy all this shit from Sephora. And like now I know what I like. I know what
Yeah.
works on my skin. And if I'm going to try something, I'm going to try like the small tester version of it first
Mm-hmm.
before I invest big time. I would say, and also with like Korean skincare too, which tends to be more affordable, there's so many great options out there that are equally as effective.
Well, so
So,
this is the thing is like that's why I ask because I just got Korean skincare, like two
yeah.
serums, a face wash, and the sunscreen that I put on my face every day. And I'm like
Yeah.
obsessed. My skin hasn't felt this good in a long time. And I'm spending a fraction of what I was spending on my serums before.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not, I'm not a dermatologist. I don't know if it's actually better for my skin, but like I'm I'm spending 25 bucks on like per serum.
Yeah.
And I think I bought a Caudalie one that was like 80
Yeah.
for the serum. And this is like bigger. I don't know. I
I think
wonder
it's
if we're all being sold a lie. I don't know.
maybe. I think the bigger thing is no one's skin is exactly the same. So what works for
Yeah,
you may not
true.
work for me. And I think when you find something that does work for you, like I have such sensitive skin that the second I change one thing in my routine, if my skin doesn't like it, game
You're
over.
screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that what I would say, because it's all, again, relative. If you don't have a skincare routine, just investing in one to start with is like better than nothing. And if I was to give anyone areas that they should be focusing on, you need a really good cleanser, something that's going to suds up. And if you can, even add in then before you would do your normal cleanse, like an oil based cleanser or a balm cleanser.
Mm,
There's tons at the drugstore you can use. I love Pharmacy. I also love the oil cleanser from Sulawesi, I think is how you pronounce it. I could be so wrong, so don't come for me.
I don't know.
But I would oil cleanse or balm cleanse first. Take your makeup off and the day off and get kind of like the impurities out. And I actually find that if I ever have things that are ready to be extracted, like I have a tool to do extractions, that if I do it while I have the oil cleanser on my face or I have the balm cleanser on my face, they come out like this. It's
Oh,
so easy.
interesting. Yeah, because there's all those
Um,
videos on TikTok that are just like, and I'm like, that doesn't happen for me. But when I use an oil cleanser, it's like it just comes right out. And I'm like,
I
okay,
do
that
though. I
doesn't
get some of
happen.
those pieces. I get some of that happening.
Wow,
It's
that's,
crazy.
I've never,
It's not a lot, but like it's a little bit. And then you get like a sudsy cleanser to actually clean your face. And then uh, you everyone should have a retinol or retinoid of some point of some sort um, for the nighttime, a vitamin C for day, and then a good moisturizer that's going to lock everything in. Um, Give her, take an eye cream. I don't really care. I use Summer Fridays as my eye cream because that's like
yeah,
multi-purpose.
yeah,
And then a really good SPF that
yeah.
is broad spectrum and high in UV protection. So that would be my recommendation. There's so many great brands. I've heard such great things of like Bioma from the drugstore as a brand, but that was my little influencing for the day.
Anyone
Thank
would
you.
like my Korean skincare
I would
choices.
love it. I want to hear more.
I'm very new and I'm not an expert, but I'm really loving it. So that is one area where actually, I don't know, jury's out. I think making sure that you understand what's inside the products is the most important thing. And one area that I have found um, it's worth it to spend a little bit more is on your retinol. So, and mainly
Your
because
treatments.
like the treatment, um, it like you want to work up to, a higher concentration, but it you can't really get a higher concentration for the price of like a retinoid or a retinol from the ordinary. You know,
Yeah,
like
no.
you just can't.
Not all retinols are made the same. So definitely do your research there. And I would say, even like a vitamin C, my holy grail product, but I rarely buy it because it's so expensive, is the CE ferulic acid from SkinCeuticals. It's so expensive. It
Mm.
also smells like hot dog water, but I've never had brighter skin in my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
SkinCeuticals. I've heard of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Well,
cool.
let's moving
Okay,
on.
what about other health and wellness things? Where would you say it's worth it to either invest a little bit more, or where have you upgraded in your 30s that you're like, damn, this was worth it?
um, I one thing I'm about to do an upgrade to is my supplements. So I have
Ooh,
a
okay.
full list from my naturopath of supplements for me. And I would argue, if you can do it, if your benefits allow for it, seeing a naturopath for me or going to your doctor to get something customized, not just taking the recommendations by some girl you see on TikTok or
Mm.
what you're influenced to buy. Um, to me is worth it. Like you're figuring out where your levels are, what you maybe need to invest in. Like I so many girls take iron supplements. The last thing I need is an iron supplement. So just you never know. Okay. What about you?
Health and wellness, I think I'm lucky because I have some benefits, but my benefits don't cover a ton. I don't get that amazing benefit package that I know like people who work in other industries do. But I would say therapy is worth it. And like sometimes you do need to spend a bit more to be with a therapist. Just either because they have like longevity, like they've been doing this for a while, so they're a bit more seasoned, or they just have more education, I think is often why people charge a bit extra. But I do
Totally.
find like that is an area where I invest because I think like you can put your all into therapy, but if you're not working with someone who's skilled at working with you in the way that you want, it can be a challenge. But even if you're like, listen, I don't need to be spending $200 a session, any therapy, I would say, is worthwhile. So investing in that is, I would say, probably my biggest um, health and wellness suggestion.
I would say it's probably up there in like maybe top three investments that everyone should be making.
Yeah. And
Genuinely.
I think there's a couple of other things or just like switch ups on how you can view certain things. So I when I was living in London, I didn't have that much money. I did ClassPass for a little bit from like a exercise perspective. And then I would figure out kind of where what I liked and invest in a couple a couple classes a week, sort of like a smaller package. I would say now that I have a little bit more disposable income, I am so much more willing to go and work out if I actually enjoy like this space, if I feel motivated to go there, if I enjoy the actual workout. Like, I just don't think that I would go back now to saving money to go to the gym as opposed to investing and doing like classes at a studio that I really like. So that's one place that I feel like I didn't really have the flex to be able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna fully invest in like a monthly membership somewhere. But
Yeah.
now I do, and I I'm just getting back into it now because summer is always so rough because I'm up at my cottage so much. But starting to get back into that and figuring out, okay, what is my wellness, like my like physical wellness gonna look like, my routine gonna look like in the fall.
Yeah. You know how I feel about my gym.
Yes, you love
Like
your gym.
I've never been a
But
gym
your gym
girl.
is also classes, right? Like it's not like
It
you're just
is,
going to the
yeah.
gym.
And there's sauna, there's a steam room, there's a recovery lounge. Like it is and also it's like kind of a social club, I would say. Right? Like there's
Yeah.
pickleball, like it is, but it is an investment. And it is something when I go, I just feel good and I want to go. Whereas with every gym I've been a part of previously, I'm like, the last thing I want to do is be here right now.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm just kind of going off the cuff, but another place that actually I have appreciated upgrading is my suitcases or like my travel,
Mm,
like the things I travel with. And I would argue, you could argue anything is health and wellness, but I would argue that it just makes me feel so much like I love traveling with my suitcases because I feel like, I don't know, chic, I guess.
I
Like I feel
love my
chic.
suitcases.
And even like what I travel in, like if I like as in what I'm wearing, I routinely like look like a drowned hamster when I travel. Like everyone always used to make fun of me in the sense that I like I would never dress up to travel. I would dress down. Like I've often been at the airport, even for work, and been wearing like a gray sweatsuit that has like rips in the knees or whatever. But now I'm starting to try to act like an adult. And you know what? It does make me feel nice to be wearing like a cute little Lulu set at the airport. I don't know. There's just like something really nice about being able to do that. Whereas before, I didn't really understand what the point what would be of like upgrading your suitcase or how you travel.
Well, let me tell you, as the girl who on her first overseas business trip at 24, I think I was flying to Cologne for a conference and I landed in Cologne and my suitcase came on the conveyor belt and the top had broken. So I had to buy a new suitcase in Germany to come home. Anyways, you don't want to be that girl. I've been that girl, trust me. Good travel cases they're so
Yeah, go
important.
hard shell, everyone. Go hard shell.
Yeah,
And you don't need to get like Away and like Rimowa. Like obviously, there's like really nice designer bags, but like I just mean like something that you like, something that feels like sleek, something that you like the way that you can organize your shit in. It doesn't have to be the brand. Um,
totally. I also think that um, one of the upgrades, like if we're going kind of similar category, sue me, uh, anything that is going to be a bit more of an elevated experience you wouldn't normally get to do. So whether
mm,
that is, and you're really good at this, I'm not so good at it, and I need to get better at it. And I'm always a little bit jealous of you for this.
I don't know what you're about to talk about.
Like the concerts you go to, the events you go to, and probably it's because like Toronto
Oh,
just has a little bit more going on, and that's in that sense. But like things like that, you have more money than you did in your 20s, you assume, and you maybe don't have kids yet. Like this is the time to like really like travel, go to events, do all of those things. And I think anything that is about an experience or a memory is worth the money you're going to spend on it.
yeah. No, I think you're right. I do invest so much in like experiences and stuff. I still haven't gotten to the point where I'm investing in, the really good seats at a concert, or I'm like very occasionally will me and my friends do that. We're still out, if you know Budweiser in Toronto, we're still on the lawn, we're just rocking it with everyone else.
But it's a vibe.
Um, but even like one of the nice things about having a little bit more disposable income is I'm not worried when I go to events like that. Like, it's obviously so expensive if you're going to a festival or a concert or anything to buy like dinner, drinks. But now it's just nice to be like, you know what, I am gonna have that other $18 beer, which is absurd, but like I'm gonna go for it. Or you know what, I am actually gonna have a snack because I do want a poutine at 10 p.m. at night. Like, I'm less concerned about that. And I think
Yeah.
giving yourself permission, not always, but giving yourself permission to do that, I think is also a really nice fallout of having a little bit more disposable income.
I love
Um,
that.
I would love, so this is like me reaching for the next era of my life, but where I would love my most to upgrade is my travel experience. So, what I mean by that is literally the act of travel, as in, I would love to ever experience being in first class. I've never been. And
In
I
the
think it'd be,
pods?
I've never been in a pod ever.
It's great.
Yeah, I've never done that. And I do travel a lot. So, as I've like as in for fun. I don't travel a ton for work, but for fun I travel a lot and I love to travel. So, that would be on my top of my list, for where I would love to spend a bit more money, but I can't afford to right now. Um, and even just like when you go to places. So when I went to Mexico City, I stayed in a really nice hotel for a couple of nights, which was really fun. And I would love to be able to recreate that, but maybe stay for a few more nights, or like try out a couple of really nice hotels. I think people, there's like this weird thing that happens because when you're younger, I just didn't care as much. And I don't know
Yeah.
when it happens that you start to care, but it's happened to me. And I love the nicer things in life, Like
Shan't be staying in a hostel at my age.
I mean, see, I still would,
No.
but like I love I love being treated really, really well. But I also love to like I could see myself staying in a hostel. It depends where I am. It depends who I'm
N-
with.
no. And like even when Tree and I did Spain, we got in London, we got a place with 2 bedrooms.
Love
I'm at
that.
the point in my life where I'm sleeping in my own bed. Unless we are dating, or unless I
So if we went on a trip together, you
have
wouldn't
to.
share. Oh
If I
God.
had to, I would. But like I like my own space. And unless you're gonna spoon me,
Yeah, I won't be spooning you.
exactly. So like you want your own
Wow.
space too. Don't be insulted by me saying
No, no,
this.
no, no, no. I'm not insulted at all. But yeah, no, I guess maybe you're right. Like, if at all possible, I would definitely prefer to have my own room.
And I think part of that too goes to the fact that I am just so much more selfish around my sleep as I've gotten
Yeah.
older. And so one of the upgrades that I've just made, and I talked about this in our newsletter, was I just upgraded my bedding. So, and when I moved into my place, the most expensive thing that I spent money on was my mattress because I was like, I want this to last me and I want it to be good.
Yeah.
Like this has to be, I love being in bed. I love
Oh my
being
God,
cozy.
same.
I love sleeping. Like that to me was the best investment. And I've just upgraded all of my like duvet. I got a new sheets and throw pillows, and throw pillows like that's just more like cherry on top. But the actual
Mm.
bedding, I love being in my bed right now. It's like I've fallen back in love with being in my bed.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. I also
Mine are
just
from Silk
upgraded
and
my
Snow.
bedding. Mine
Just
are from
saying.
Silk and Snow too.
Oh my god, should they
Silk
sponsor
and
us?
Snow, you should sponsor us.
Yeah, they should.
I no,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I think, and even like on that note too, like little upgrade, maybe it's not an upgrade, it's like little things to invest in on the topic of bedding is like I now I have a room that people can stay when they come to visit. And even just like investing in the bedding for other people when they come to stay. So like it feels a little bit luxurious, you know?
Totally.
I haven't done that yet, but I would love to.
I love
And
my
then on the
little room at your
topic of,
house.
pardon?
I love my little room at your house.
Yeah, tiny little room. But on the topic of nesting, I definitely have invested in like candles that I really like, pots for my plants that I really
Yeah.
like, and like plants in general. I remember when I did the first order of plants for my new place, and I was like, I cannot believe that I'm spending this much money on plants, but they bring me so much joy.
Yeah.
So I do think it's like a pretty cheap and cheerful way to invest in your space and have something to tend to.
Or if you're a plant murderer like me, where Megan came in and just pruned half of my plants, being like, well, we need to fix this. Fake plants. That's fake, not real.
You have a couple real
We
plants.
just got them with you.
Yeah. We selected them together.
And she's like, what are you going to kill? What are you least likely to kill? Let's get you that.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I think plants are a really nice place to do a little bit of investing. I think on the topic of bedding, I don't want to forget this. Towels. Towels are like, and the actual like bedding itself, like the duvet inside the cover and the pillow, like investing in all of that stuff. I mean, you use it every day. So
yep,
why not if you can?
I agree. So, one of the investments that I started making in my 20s because I worked at a store that allowed me to do this, and I had a discount at the time. But I think everyone should be investing in their footwear. So, not
Mm,
buying just like, I mean, sure, buy if you want to buy a trendy boot or a shoe or a sandal, have at it, right? If it's something super like in and out of style, go for it. But your classics, like your classic pump, your ballet flat, your boot, whatever it is that's your style and is like classic and you're going to wear, spend the money. It is literally the foundation of you every day. It is how you walk through the world, and if they are not good quality,
yeah.
you're going to feel it, and it's going to have repercussions on your knees, your back, etc. And I have so many pairs that I've now had for a decade plus that I am still obsessed with, and when they start getting a little bit worn, because I love these shoes so much, rather than throwing them out and buying a new pair, I have a shoe repair guy that I'll bring them to get them to like resole my boots,
Yeah.
because I've invested
Nice.
in high quality stuff that like it's really just like the soles or like something small might like a zipper might be coming undone or things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say I've gotten a little bit better at that as I've gotten older. I have a couple, I'm just thinking of like, I would say the core shoes that I wear all the time. Like I
Yeah.
have a pair of Doc Marten clogs that I love that I wear almost every day in fall and winter. Then I have my pair of like winter boots, like leather boots that I have invested in, I really like. And I agree, like I would just get those fixed as opposed to going out and buying new ones. So ultimately, if you can afford to front the money to buy, a pair that's like a couple $100, we're not talking about like what's the ones with the red soles?
Christian Louboutin.
Louboutins. I wasn't
Louboutin.
talking about the Louboutin. I don't know. Just like, reasonably high quality. Doesn't have to be designer.
Yeah. And it's also better for the environment too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 for sure.
Um, what else is on your list? I have one more that's a biggie for me.
Oh, that's funny. I only really have, yeah, I was just going to say I have one more big one. And this is pretty new because I only moved out on my own a couple of years ago, but I've started investing in all the stuff I cook with. So, and it's been really interesting the way that this is netted out. I definitely have not bought all new stuff. So, my cottage there's this great market on Saturday mornings, and there's a ton of like relatively lightly used but great like Pyrex bowls and dishes and like stuff that it's gorgeous and quite cool and unique but
Yeah.
pretty cheap for me to invest in relative to buying it new. So I've been doing that and slowly but surely like building up. I don't care about everything matching. I actually prefer when
Mm.
it's not. So I'm fine with the fact that like all of it doesn't match and there's like a bunch of different colors and things like that. So yeah, Nicole's shaking her head for anyone who can't see. That would drive her crazy.
Up the
But
wall.
yeah, which is totally fair, but I really like it. So that's one area. And then I bought nice knives. So like I
Yeah,
have a knife set that like I hand wash everything. I've become quite a stickler in that. And then I've also upped my coffee game. So I have a mocha pot.
love
I
it.
buy nice coffee grounds. It would never work like just the size of my mocha pot. It works because I live alone.
Mm.
When my mom was here, I was like, okay, just hold, please. It's going to take me 20 minutes to brew one pot of coffee. But I think it's like, it's a nice treat every morning that my coffee's delicious. The beans are really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I think just I love to cook and having nice, like a nice cutting board and nice accoutrement to cook with. I'm in a French mood, apparently. I think it's worth it. So
I
that's
love it.
my final suggestion.
Okay, I actually have two. I lied. And where
Okay,
yours
go.
are more in the kitchen, mine are more like clothing.
Okay.
Um, this may not be relevant. Like, I don't think this would be relevant for you, Meg, in your career. But depending on the career you're in, I think it is a very smart investment to get a properly tailored suit. And
Ooh.
I say this because when you're looking at like a capsule wardrobe, you could wear it as a full set with like a blouse. You could also wear the blazer separate with like a pair of jeans, the trousers on their own. I think a really well tailored blazer in a very classic neutral color has a really good return on investment. And again, depending on the industry you're in, the job you're in, presenting yourself as like a professional in that sense can actually pay dividends in terms of your own promotion and like help you to almost like, you know, like they say, dress for the part you or the job you want, not the one you
Yeah.
have. I think that is always um, something to really consider there. And again, you could even do it too, where you've got the like a three-piece set where you've got the blazer, the skirt, and the trousers, and you can just mix them and match with different tops underneath. Or
Mm,
I think that's worth it for someone who is in a more business formal or business
yeah.
professional space. Um, the
Question.
yeah,
When you say invest in something like that, where are you invest? Like, I don't even know where I would go for something like that.
yeah, like I have some like everyday suits from like Zara or something that I've gotten. But I would say like Aritzia is really good at their suiting game. The only challenge is their sizing at times.
Right,
Um,
right.
like
Like, would you get
I
it custom made?
I don't think so. I don't think I would go that far right now. But there are places like I want to say like
Like a Banana Republic?
yeah, like something like that. Like just something that's maybe a thicker, more higher quality material that is going to maybe hold up over the long term. I also think too, and I don't think it's suit supply necessarily, um, but there are places like that where guys can get kind of those like suits custom made, but not as
Yeah.
expensive as like custom tailored. But I think some of those are starting to break into women's as well. So like don't be put off by the sense that like it's a
Yeah.
traditionally male company. But my suit that I just invested in March is from Aritzia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
And then the other piece that uh, I love that I've invested in more and I'm still investing in is really good quality, like, or even just upgrading a job. It doesn't have to be like like I'm not talking like La Perla, but new bras and underwear.
Oh,
As
yes.
women, we tend to
Agreed.
hold on to ours for ages. You know, ugly bra sits in the cupboard for years beyond her lifespan or life expectancy. Um, and you want a few pieces that are matching sets because there's something energy wise and confidence wise, not even if you're on a date or in a romantic setting, but just knowing you're wearing a matching set, it's like you sit a little bit differently, I find,
I agree.
you
Yeah.
know? And
We
if you're
also
some,
all deserve to feel sexy underneath our clothes,
And
you
I would
know?
say, similar to your footwear, this is the foundation of what you're wearing. So if you have an ill-fitting bra, if you have underwear that doesn't feel comfortable and you don't feel good
Yeah.
in, your clothes aren't going to feel good,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And I would say for myself, as someone like I can't go to most stores and be like, I want to buy a bra.
Yeah.
I'm outside the scope of normal sizes. So like invest in getting, go somewhere. They everywhere does free measurements. Um, you can get sized properly, uh, and just keep looking. But I think that is something worth it for sure to spend your
Mm,
money on. Because again, also like a really good quality bra keeps your girls up. It doesn't hurt your back.
yeah.
There's
Health and
health
wellness.
benefits here.
It's basically a health benefit.
It really should be a deductible in your benefits plan.
Love it. Ooh, do you have anything that you absolutely would not invest in to close us out? Like anything that you're like,
Oh,
listen, this is not worth the investment.
I need a minute. Go ahead if you have one.
I think that unless you can keep up the work, I wouldn't invest in a lot of like chemical peels, microneedling. I invested in microneedling. It cost a
Mm,
lot of money, and I basically just have to keep doing it for it to have an effect. Like it doesn't have lasting impact. So I guess what I would say is unless you've reached a level of disposable income where you're like I can afford to spend a couple $100 every other month on like a chemical peel or microneedling multiple sessions, I I don't know if it just left me feeling kind of bitter because I'm like I actually
mm.
can't continue this. Like I don't have the means to keep this up. So do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. But you have to acknowledge that like you're going to need to keep it up in order to continue to see the benefits of it. So there's certain things that you don't have to do that with, but I just found with a lot of like face treatments you do.
Interesting. I don't know if I totally agree with that, but I've also never done micro needling. The closest thing I can maybe come to would be Botox, and I don't get that regularly
Yeah.
already, but I do feel like it still makes a difference when I go and in kind of like the between the appointments, like my forehead wouldn't be this smooth. You know what I mean? Like there, like I think it depends on the treatment.
Well, yeah, Botox is an injectable though. So it's
Yeah.
different. Like,
Okay. Yeah. Fair.
yeah. No, you're right though. With Botox, like absolutely. I think Botox is worth it. I haven't gone in a
So do
little
I.
while, but I think it's worth it for sure.
Um, I don't think you always need to invest in the new technology. I think we are very quick as a
Ooh.
society to be like, oh, there's a new version of this out. I've had mine for 2 years. It's time to upgrade. And the reality is that unless the
Mm,
capabilities of that technology are like light years ahead of where you at, and they're going to have an impact on your day to day, not just that they're fun, but they're going to have an impact for you. Or unless your shit is breaking, you don't need the new iPhone.
I
Like
agree.
I've had my iPhone now for 6, almost 7 years. It is at the end of
Wow.
its lifespan. Like I do need to get a new phone,
Yeah.
but like I also don't need to get the brand new version. I can get like the version below that if I
I
need
would not
to.
get the brand new version, I don't think ever
You
anymore.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that is just something to me that I'm like, I used to be the person that was like, I think all of us, there used to be a culture of like every 2 years you upgrade your phone, you upgrade your
Yeah.
phone, you do this. And like that is just not where I would spend my money.
Yeah, I love it. I agree.
Okay. Well, this was delightful
This was
for
nice. I
me.
hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will
Ask
be
us
back.
questions. What else do you want to know?
Yeah. Let us know
I love yapping on this shit.
not only like upgrades, investments questions, but just like what else do you want to hear from us? We loved when we heard from one of our listeners about living alone and wanting to hear about that. Is there anything else you guys want us to chat about? We're all ears.
Absolutely.
We'll
Okay.
talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.